Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sweet Talkin' Pony Podcast, your favorite podcast for everything My Little Pony. My name is Casey, also known as Charm in the My Little Pony circles. I go by he, him, and she, her. Today I'm joined by Saturn, who uses he, him, as well as Luz, who uses they, them. Welcome, everybody, to the Sweet Talkin' Pony Podcast, episode 5, ? I think? I don't know. I forgot to check. I think this is episode 5, but...
It is an episode that is in the single digits.
Yep, because we have not been doing this for more than a year yet. I'm apologizing that last episode I was so sick and my voice sounded like shit and everything was wonky. Everything's back to normal this episode. I'm mostly better and my voice doesn't sound like it's dying anymore, which is good.
It's my turn to have the sick, terrible voice.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. Well, you sound better than I did, which is good. I'm here with Saturn and Luz. Everyone say hi.
Hello.
Awesome. So I'm just gonna jump in to the pony set of the week, and this week is a good pony set. This week we are talking about the 1984 Rainbow Ponies, the first set. These guys: Parasol, Moonshine, Sky Dancer, Sunlight, Windy, and Starshine from Generation 1. And they are, as the name implies, they have rainbows in their mane. So all of their manes are rainbow colored with red, yellow, green, and blue. Parasol is pink, and she's got little parasols as her cutie mark. Moonstone is a blue unicorn, and she has, like, the planet Saturn and a bunch of little, like, planet-y stuff as her cutie mark. Sky Dancer, I think, has a bunch of little birds or something. I don't own her, so I haven't...
I'm pretty sure they're little birds.
Yeah. Like, you know how when people draw birds in the distance and they draw V's? It's like that. Sunlight has clouds and a sun rising up over them. Windy is another unicorn. She's purple. She was light purple, but over the years, her plastic kind of ages to be like a gray-white-ish, and she's got a bunch of like wind swirls as her cutie mark. And then finally, Starshine is a Pegasus. She's white, and she has a golden star as her cutie mark.
I really like these ponies because Parasol, alongside Sundance, I think, were the first G1s I ever got. And I got them at a thrift store that no longer exists, which was like my favorite thrift store, so she's really special to me.
Aw. Yeah, I also love these guys. I think my first one was Sunlight, and I got her at our local store, the Leech Pit, which is a cool place. They have a lot of vintage stuff there, but when I was in elementary school, I was friends with the owner's twin kids in elementary school. So, and she was like one of the first projects where I ever did a rehair on a pony. It might have been my second ever pony that I did a rehair on. And I also have Parasol and Windy, and those are the 3 that I have.
My favorite of them all is Starshine. She's really pretty, and she's also the first rainbow pony I got. I got a plush of her. I don't have the actual pony, but I do have the vintage plush of her. I'm also pretty sure I have a Sunlight.
Yeah, I remember that because we were going to our local thrift secondhand shop together, and they had 2 Hasbro Softies plushes, and they were $5 each, and so I picked out Lickety Split, and he got Starshine.
Yeah, I got the better deal because she's the coolest and the best.
I think my favorite of the set is Moonstone. I don't know. She's just gorgeous. I love space themed.
Yeah, she's really pretty.
So, the topic of this episode, we're going to be talking a lot about Basic Fun ponies. So, Basic Fun is a company formerly known as the British Direct, and they make many, many different types of toys from all sorts of different toy franchises. I know they make the LPS, right? They make some Sanrio stuff. They make all sorts. If you name a franchise, they might have a license for it. And they also have they currently have the license to make My Little Pony G1 reproduction toys. So these are like toys that mimic the G1 toys, like the 80s toys, but they're made today and sold on today's shelves. And these toys, they're generally pretty good quality, and they're very close reproductions to the originals. Like, they look the same. When I was first collecting and I was very, very new to the scene, I would not be able to tell at a single glance which was which. I would be able to tell if I were able to handle the pony and look at it for a while, but like, at first glance, they look pretty much exactly like the originals. But they do have some key differences, like the basic fun ponies. They have heads that turn, whereas the original ponies' heads were glued down. The basic fun ones, they have harder plastic. And it's odd, because I think the earlier basic fun ones had, like, harder plastic, and then they got, like, a bit soft. I don't know. The plastic hardness varies depending on the year, or at least in my experience, because I have, like, a 2018 basic fun, and she's extremely hard. You could toss her at someone and kill them like a brick. But but I also have the Celestials, and they feel a lot softer, but they're still notably harder than the vintage squishy plastic, which vintage horses, you can, like, squeeze them like stress toys. And I'll also say that the basic fun ponies, this is a very minuscule difference that I don't think a lot of people notice, but they are minusculely smaller, and I mean like 1 or 2 centimeters smaller. I would not have been able to tell the difference if I didn't stand my vintage and reproduction ponies next to each other, but basic fun is ever so slightly smaller.
Do the basic funds use polypropylene?
No.
No. What do they use?
They use nylon.
Nylon? Okay. And what do the original ponies use? Do they use nylon?
The original ponies mostly use nylon, but there are some exceptions with, like, color-changing hair and stuff.
Yeah. So you would say the basic funds have an upgrade as far as hair?
I feel like it's pretty much this. I don't know. It's pretty comparable quality. Like, they're pretty much the same. For those who aren't as knowledgeable about hair, we can explain a little bit. Nylon is generally, like, one of the nicer hair types. There's all sorts of different plastics that you can use in creating doll hair. You have nylon, you have saran hair, which a lot of people use. I have never actually touched that hair, so I don't know what it's like in comparison. But polypropylene is famous for disintegrating over time. If you have a lot of G3 My Little Ponies, they started using polypropylene hair after G3, so you might notice if you brush a pony's hair too much, it starts to rip or something like that, or the hair quality is just lower. It's just because of a difference in plastics. So that's what you was asking about.
Yeah, like, I would say one thing I do like about the basic funds is that when I touch one of my vintage ponies' hair, I don't know if it's just a quality of them being around for so long and in so many different places, but, like, it's kind of hard to believe that their hair, which feels a little different, once felt like the basic fun pony's hair, or maybe it didn't at all. I mean, not all of us were there when they first came out, so I think it's nice. I really like touching my basic fun pony's hair. It's very soft. I will say that sometimes for some reason they're, like, glued right out of the box, even though it isn't that necessary. Like, they have the glue in them.
It's hair
gel.
So
with most ponies and dolls I get, yeah, hair gel, and I just don't know why they had to do that, but, like, I guess for, like, looking nice in box. With any pony or doll that I buy, I always make sure to rinse their hair, even out of the box, because I feel like almost all, like, dolls and ponies these days have hair gel in the box. So I just rinse it out, and it always feels so much better. Especially with basic fun ponies, I always think that they feel really nice when they're washed.
Yep. Another interesting thing is sometimes it's even ponies within the same set. Like, I bought all 4 of the Celestial. We'll get more into the Celestial ponies later, but I bought all 4 basic fun Celestials when they first came out, and 2 of them had hair gel out of the box, and then 2 of them didn't. So, like, I don't even know what. It's just completely random chance whether they'll have hair gel. But it's also, like, not too big a deal because it washes out with water. So if you don't like the hair gel, it's very easy to get rid of.
Yeah. I'm a big hair person, the hair on dolls and ponies is like one of my favorite aspects because I just like hair texture. So I'm really happy that the basic funds have such nice hair as opposed to like, other doll lines that use poly or like secondhand dolls and ponies who have like really beat up tangled hair that doesn't feel good even when you brush and wash it.
I guess that's one of the positives to basic funds. They're newer, so like not only is it like a little bit more accessible, but they're gonna be mint when you take them out of the box because, well, vintage ponies, they're like 40 years old now, so it's extremely rare to find a perfectly mint vintage ponies. But if you get a basic fun one, then it's no issue. Like in terms of like hair and body marks.
Yeah. I would say that basic fun, one of the best aspects about it is that they're so accessible. Like they're really not that expensive. I feel like most of them go for about like $15, but I've gotten them for cheaper. They're on Amazon. They're every time I go to like the discount store like Ross or Marshall's, they're always in the toy section. And I feel like it's really great. Like I've always wanted a fizzy, but I've never been able to get an original fizzy. So I was able to get the basic fun one, and now I can kind of say that I have a fizzy. And it's just really nice to know that, especially since they're doing so many different characters, that a lot of these toys that might be more expensive secondhand, like they're very easy to find now.
You're so lucky. I've only seen basic fun in the wild once, and it was while I was out of town.
Yeah, they're really common around here for some reason, but they're also like really available on Amazon too. So they're not inaccessible for everyone, I would say.
Yeah.
But
I've only seen them in Cracker Barrel.
I don't have Cracker Barrel.
I haven't been to a Cracker Barrel since I was like 5, and that was the only time I went. I went once, and I don't know anything about that restaurant other than they sell ponies.
I went specifically to see if they had ponies, and they did, so it was successful. But that's the only place I've seen them.
No, when one of my cousins got married a few years back, they went to, I forget which town, but it was this town in Colorado that's I'm trying to think of how to describe it, because in Colorado there's a lot of like smaller towns with like lower populations, and they don't have Walmart, they don't have big stores, they just are like more mountain, I don't know what the right word is, but like foresty, I don't know. Like for example, my grandmother, one of my grandmothers, lived in Victor, and that town has a population of under 500 people. So like, it was a town like that, and they had a toy store. A lot of it is like for touristy stuff, but they had a basic fun Posy, and I would have gotten her if I didn't already have Posy.
Can't believe your grandma lived in Green Hill from the movies.
Well, no, I mean like a really, really small town, like under 500 people is crazy. I can't even describe the vibe, but if you live in Colorado, go to a place like that and you'll see my childhood. So yeah, the basic fun ponies, they come in these like really nice cute boxes with they have combs and puffy stickers that mimic the original stickers that the ponies came with, only these ones have the retro style art, which the retro style, it mimics the G1 art, but like, I don't know, you could still tell the difference between G1 art and the retro style, and I think it's just like the eyes or something.
Yeah, whenever Hasbro tries to replicate G1 art, it doesn't hit the same. I feel like they're really reluctant, especially in like the packaging and advertising. Like one thing that's really great about G1 is like kind of like the watercolor, like painted look of some of the art. And they never really do that. Like they always use very clearly like vector art in there.
Yeah.
I don't care much about the stickers, but even I like when I look at the modern G1 merch that they sell, it's like it's very different looking.
The surefire way to tell if you have a basic fun pony or a vintage pony. By the way,
They are hard as a brick.
Well, yeah, but by the way, I will say basic fun ponies are considered like official ponies, so like a lot of people, there is a difference between having an original vintage pony and a basic fun pony, but a basic fun pony isn't like a fakie or something. It isn't like it's officially licensed, so we'll get that out of the way. And And if you look at the bottom of their hooves, you can see the words Basic Fun written on it and the year. So, pretty easy to tell the difference between the originals and Basic Fun.
Yeah, one thing about Basic Fun that I don't like, I have a couple issues with Basic Fun, but I think one of my biggest issues is that all of their heads spin around. Every single Basic Fun pony's head is on a swivel. And that wasn't the case for, like, in G1 there was ponies whose head moved around. There are a few ponies whose heads move around. I'm thinking of, like, what was it called? The ponies that their hair grew and that you can turn their hair around
brush and grow.
to suck it back in.
Yes, brush and grow.
Yeah, brush and grow. That's what I'm thinking of. But, like, what I'm saying with Basic Fun is that all of their heads move. And that pisses me off because, like, pony molds, like, they're made to have their heads be in a certain way. So when you move their heads around on the Basic Funs, it looks like their neck is, like, broken and it doesn't line up. And I know it's not, like, a huge issue, but I don't like it and I don't think it's necessary. Like, I don't know who's like, I really need their heads to turn. I really need their heads to turn because it just looks weird and it's not accurate to the original. And also with, like, the thing about the harder plastic is that, Basic Funs, I know the point of them they're supposed to be available for collectors because certain ponies are very hard to get to. But when I get a Basic Fun, I don't think, wow, I finally have, like I said, a Fizzy. I'm like, I have a Basic Fun Fizzy. Now I have to keep looking for an original Fizzy. Like, it doesn't satisfy the same need that I would have if I just had an original pony. They feel too different. Like, the plastic's too different. The neck is different. I feel like I may be crazy, but the material for the ribbons that come on their tails is different. The only thing that I think is, like, a really great upgrade is the hair, as I previously mentioned. But everything else, it just feels like a stand-in rather than an upgrade. And it's just not one that I feel satisfies me completely to the point where I feel like it's the same pony.
Well, there's always a fundamental difference with getting, like, a vintage toy, because that's, like, it feels kind of rare, it feels kind of special just because the thing is so old. So, yeah, there is a difference with getting, like, a newer pony. I definitely understand that. I will play devil's advocate for Basic Fun for a moment. I actually like the turning heads because, I don't know, sometimes it's neat to be able to put them in different poses, and the big thing with it is
sometimes it's funny to make the pony look at you and it's not supposed to and it's wrong. Haunted pony.
Sometimes it's funny to break her neck, but also you don't have you could just keep the. It's easy not to turn their heads if it's like a pose that you don't think looks good with it. I remember people were ranting about that with the Celestial Pony promo images on product images on Amazon with the harder plastic. I think the point of that was because they wanted the material to be more sturdy, because it might also have something to do with, like, the plastic itself and industry standards and how those have changed to, what's the chemical people always get worried about in old plastic? I remember someone yelling at me for putting my sea pony in water because it had a chemical in the plastic. What is that?
Fucking if I know, FGC?
BPA. I remember people. I don't know
BPA, that's it.
I don't know if BPA is in all vintage ponies. I just remember
BPA is just it's this thing and people are like, oh, it's really bad for you, but the reality is it's kind of in everything.
Yeah.
You've already been exposed to it. It's everywhere. It's inside you already.
Yeah.
So I'm of the opinion of honestly, who cares? I'm not eating it by the bucketful. It's there.
Though I just know that, like, with toy companies specifically, especially since My Little Pony is popular with toddlers, and toddlers have a tendency to put everything into their fucking mouths. They've definitely, like, increased restrictions in regards to plastic, so that might be one reason why it's not the soft squishy vinyl. Also, older ponies, I have seen some horror stories where, like, and this can be fixed with a skilled restorationist, but, like, ponies getting squished and deformed, that happens less easily with the Basic Funs, but it does make them a son of a bitch to customize. Makes it a son of a bitch to remove their heads. What the fuck? This is worse than the regrind plastic getting hard.
I I definitely know that I enjoy holding a vintage pony in my hands more
Yes.
than a basic fun. Like a G1 pony in my head, it needs to be soft. I need to be able to squeeze a G1 pony.
The vintage vinyl is the
Don't
best.
I don't understand why, because I like G3 better, and those are all hard ponies. I can't tell you why that's the case, but it is.
No, G1 vinyl is the best. Also, it smells the best. I'm fucking picking up my ponies and fucking sniffing them like it's some sort of stimulant. I'm just like, oh, that vintage vinyl. I have a
Yeah,
problem.
who needs to puff gasoline when you can puff ponies?
Another thing that I don't know why Basic Fun did this, but this is a gripe I have. In Generation 1, and in Generation 2, and in early Generation 3, the ponies' tails were clamped together with metal inside of their bodies, so if the too much water gets inside the pony or something, it can cause serious rust issues. And the pony will have to be opened up and cleaned up and all that shit. It's a hassle and it's a disaster. So in the middle of G3, Hasbro was like, let's fix this by switching to plastic tail clamps that don't rust. And since then, rust issues have decreased significantly. But Basic Fun uses metal inside of the reproduction ponies, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, that was definitely something that didn't have to happen again, because they don't last, and it's not safe, and you know that there are kids who might have Basic Fun, and every single toy is a bath toy with children. That pony is getting covered in rust.
Me with my
And
childhood
that tail
LPS.
thing is going to disintegrate.
Hello, Editing Charm here. I'm just gonna pop in really quick with a note. At this part of the podcast, we started discussing someone who posts pony pictures online. I did, in fact, censor their name out to protect their identity, and I just want to come in and say, please don't seek this person out or leave hate comments or be mean to them. Treat everyone with kindness. We are just lightly joking here, and we don't mean any hate or anything. Enjoy the rest of the podcast. It's not even children. I've seen adult pony fans stick their ponies into their sandwiches or stick their sea ponies into a fucking milkshake.
We don't talk about that.
Lead poisoning.
We
sea ponies have lead in them. Sea ponies.
We don't talk about that person.
They have lead. That's one of the only people I've had to block on Tumblr because they were upsetting me so much in the G1 tag.
Oh my god, is it person who like keeps taking pictures of ponies on their french fries?
We'll redact their name in the podcast episode. But there's someone who always puts their fucking horses in their. And listen, I get
not like next to their food, but like on the food, in the food, putting and like the ponies don't look clean.
The hair's in the ketchup,
which is one concern of you shouldn't put a toy that looks like it's covered in dirt in something you're going to eat.
I mean, it's not much of a.
You're also like. You're getting them dirty. You're again sticking a pony with lead in them in something you're going to eat, and you shouldn't do that because that isn't ideal for your health. You don't want to get lead poisoning. I've heard the doctors don't really recommend that.
Thing is, I've taken pictures of my ponies like next to a plate of food, like, oh, we're having wonderful French toast with the little fucking summer wings. But I don't stick the pony inside of my sandwich. I don't dip the pony into the mayonnaise. I don't dunk my sea pony into my milkshake.
Lead poisoning.
If that person is watching this, I'm sorry. It's nothing personal. I'm just worried about your safety.
I think we're safe.
You're having fun, and we love that for you.
You're gonna die.
But also, we cannot have fun with you. Don't include the last sentence.
We are just concerned for your safety, and that is genuine.
Yeah, genuinely with the sea pony, if that has its weight in it, don't put that in things. Because that is a lead weight.
The adult sea ponies have weights inside of them so they stand up. Not the baby ones. The baby ones don't have anything inside of them, but still don't stick them into anything, please. Unless it's a sink full of water for, I don't know. You shouldn't dunk any pony in water, even if they have a hole on the back of their head to drain water from, because shit gets inside ponies. It could be rust, it could be metal, it could be dirt, it could be just grime, and that stuff is not safe for consumption. Anyways, Basic Fun should not be putting metal inside of ponies, because people are clearly insane. I also want to say that in 2008, Hasbro made reproductions of the original 6 ponies, but I don't actually think those were Basic Fun. They don't have the Basic Fun labeling on them, and to my knowledge, Basic Fun was given the license in 2018.
So that was just a Hasbro product, the first one?
Yes.
Yeah,
and that was
sounds like
still
it.
like during G3. It was like at the end of G3. But Basic Fun has also made the original 1983 collection, the collector's ponies, Cotton Candy, Bluebell, Snuzzle, you know all of them.
They've
they-
made them a million times.
Well, Hasbro made them in 2000. There's the vintage ponies. Then Hasbro made them in 2008. Then Basic Fun made them again when they got the license in 2018. And then
and then it made them again.
for the
and then
anniversary
it made
last
them
year.
again.
For the anniversary last year, they did 40th anniversary ponies. They did Unicorn and Pegasi 1 collection, so that's the year 2 Unicorns and Pegasi. That's like Moon Dancer, Medley, Glory, all of them. They made the year 2 Earth ponies, so that's Applejack, Bowtie, Seashell, Bubble. They made the year 3 Unicorns and Pegasus, except for they skipped Skyflyer and Powder. Fuck them, they don't get rights. They made the year 3 Earth ponies, so that's Tootsie, Posy, Cherry's Jubilee. There's one more, a Lickety Split. And they made the Rainbow Collection 1 and 2, so the Rainbow Pony sets that we were talking about earlier. And they also made the year 2 of the Rainbow Pony sets, which they're pretty similar, but they have like more neon rainbow colored hair colors, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And also the Basic Fun ones, the first Rainbow Pony set, like the one we were talking about, they have a scented and a non-scented version, and each one smelled like a different fruit flavor, which is interesting and fun.
Wow.
But they also had non-scented versions, I'm pretty sure, in case you hate fruit, in case you hate fun.
God forbid someone be sensitive to smell.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Well, also, I know people have concerns over the chemicals and smelling stuff and smelling magic plastic that makes it discolored over time. Like, I know G1 scented ponies can sometimes have that issue.
Okay, I'm finding a collection of images.
No, stop. Stop it.
Don't you want to take a sip?
Stop it.
I
Leave me alone.
I felt so insane seeing that person's posts on in the tag so frequently until finally one day after they posted a pony in a milkshake, someone commented lead poisoning, and it opened up a discussion of people being like, "Hey, don't do this," and I felt so validated. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm not insane."
Maybe
Yeah.
this person, they only like ponies, they don't know about ponies. They just like the toys.
Oh. Yeah, because it's not an issue very much for like you to handle lead weights, but they're old lead weights. They could be crumbling and shit, and then you're putting them in your food, and then that might lead to you ingesting it, which is going to lead to lead poisoning. Just please don't do it. We are concerned for you.
Anyways, back to Basic Fun.
Oh,
They also made the Peachy Parlor, which is cool because they did the entire playset with it. Like Basic Fun, they recreated an entire playset with the Peachy Parlor. And they also did the Twinkle-Eyed Pony collection, but they only had 4 ponies when the original Twinkle-Eyed collection has a whole... Yeah, it only has Sweet Stuff, Skyrocket, Fizzy, and Gingerbread. So I hope you like those 4 ponies. I do like those 4
I
ponies.
do.
love Sweet Pop the most.
It's a shame. I don't know what made them skip certain ponies.
I don't know either. I wish that they didn't, though.
I'll also say, there has been times where Basic Fun has, like, mentioned that they were working on a pony set. Like, at one point they mentioned, oh, we'll make baby ponies, but that never happened. And, there's been... Guys, are you sharing images of ponies and teacups?
I'll mix it up. I'll mix it up. I'll mix it up. Don't worry.
Stop that! I'll also say that there's 2 ponies that have been revealed by Basic Fun at toy fairs, but then they never got picked up by stores, so they never ended up producing them. This happened in like 2019 at the My Little Pony fair. They revealed that they were going to make the Flutter ponies, but then never produced them, which that still hurts. I wish we could have had easy access to Flutter ponies and their wings. Oh my god.
Yeah, especially since it's really hard to get nice Flutter ponies.
Yes. Because Flutter ponies' wings, they had these wings made out of
Like,
this plastic material that was very prone to breakage. To the point where I think original wings are like so expensive.
Oh, yeah. I don't even have a Flutter pony, so it would be great for me because then it's like this whole door is opened into a group of ponies I now can collect.
You could probably just rip the wings off the new Flutter ponies and put them on your old Flutter ponies.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm mad that they never made them. They revealed this.
Fixed all the Flutter ponies.
They revealed this back in 2019. Basic Fun, please. Basic Fun. Let me in.
We'll buy them. You don't have to put them in physical stores. Just put them on Amazon. We'll buy them. Please.
They also were going... You're good.
Sorry, I was just going to say that I found it. I have more.
No, not the milkshake.
Okay.
No,
That's the image. That's the image people were arguing about. Look in the comments of that post. The hair is gnarly.
This poor pony. They didn't ask for this.
I have more, but I've been sending them to my brother this whole time because I didn't want to interrupt. But this one was
send them to him, not to us. Put your brother in hell. Not
know what it means.
For the record, this is probably going to be edited horribly, but the reason why we keep cutting back and forth from the conversation is because Luz keeps sending fucking images of ponies and fucking drinks and milkshakes and shit.
It's so funny.
Luz is torturing us. Help! Send help! I'm being held against my will and forced to look at ponies.
You're telling me you wouldn't take a big sip of that perfectly good milkshake?
Luz is a madman. Help us, save us.
I can't drink out of metal cups. You think I'm gonna drink something that had a vinyl pony in it? No.
It's delicious. It probably costs like £8 because that person's British.
The other pony that they revealed but then never produced was that they were going to make Lemon Drop in the show stable. They made the Peachy Parlor, but they never made Lemon Drop. And also, with the Basic Fun playsets, I'm pretty sure they had them in different colors. Like, I'm pretty sure it was like a purple show stable. Hold on. Basic Fun playset. Interesting. They have a pink one and they have a purple one. That's the Peachy Parlor. But they were gonna make something with Lemon Drop too, but they just never did.
It is tragic.
I have the blue one. Wait, didn't they release the show stable in blue?
They released the Peachy Parlor in blue, but they never released the Lemon Drop one.
Oh, I see. I have the grodiest, disgusting parlor that I got for $5 off Facebook Marketplace. It's like yellowed to the point where it's like completely brown, and I don't even know what to do in this situation. Like, do I retro-bright it? Can it even be retro-brighted? I don't know.
I'll send you some links. I happen to have. Hold on.
It's blue, and it's blue. It's not like white.
Is it a Basic Fun one?
No, it's an original.
The original one's blue? I don't own the Peachy Parlor, so
yeah, I have it. It's blue, and I'm like, can I sun fade this, or will it like bleach the whole thing?
Let me send you a link, and you can look into it later. You can use the same like cream that people use for sun fading on it.
Okay. And it's not gonna bleach it till it's white.
I don't know. It shows them using.
It cost me $5.
Yeah. The only vintage playset I own is the show stable, and it was like $15, and it has no accessories, and it has no doors, so I had to sew curtains. And also, it doesn't open and close properly because it's fucked up. Like someone hit it, and it's lopsided. So I had to apply a lot of glue, a lot of fixing to make it usable.
I have that like house playset. I don't know where it is since the move. I put it somewhere.
The show
It's
stable?
in a box.
Was it the show stable? I think it was.
It's in a box somewhere. I don't know where it is. Mine was I had mine with more accessories.
Yes, I remember we found that at the fucking flea market.
We did.
We found it at the
And
flea
you
market.
bought it for me,
I
'cause
bought it for
drew
him.
you.
I bought it for him because I had like commissioned a YouTube thumbnail and I had yet to pay for it, and I was like, what if I just buy you this instead?
And then I haven't been commissioned to make any YouTube thumbnails in forever. He stole my job,
You can
and
draw.
now I get no payment.
I'm sorry. I found more time on my hands. I originally started commissioning you because I was pumping out video scripts and like staying up all night, and I didn't have any time to do the art. But then I lost my mind.
And now I never get to draw that silly little pink dog anymore.
You can draw him.
I can never draw that silly little pink dog anymore.
The cool thing about the boxed show stable that I bought for you is I saw like a price tag. It said like $75, and we're like, okay. And so we bring it up to the people at the counter, and I was like getting the money ready, and they're like, 30.
There were, I think, like multiple prices.
Yes, there were
price stickers on it.
There were multiple price stickers on it, and the people, they didn't know much about My Little Pony. They were Funko Pop people, and they had like overcharged Funko Pops for sale, but they didn't know shit about ponies. And so we brought the box over, and they're like, $30, and I was like, excuse me? And they're like, yeah, you can just pay $30, and I was like, okay. It has like all the accessories and shit. I'm like, oh, okay. It doesn't have
almost all the accessories. It's got most of it.
It didn't have lemon drop.
It didn't, and it also is missing a lot of it. But it's got some of it. That's for sure.
You have the doors, and don't you have some of the flags? I'm jealous. I have no doors and no flags.
Yeah, I have some of the flags, some of the indoor furniture, and I don't know where it is. It was with my big ponies, and I also don't know where my big ponies are.
My show stable went through a hurricane or some shit. It's been through rough times.
I need to find my big ponies, actually. I'm starting to get worried. I hope they aren't in the garage.
Oh, yeah.
They were labeled, but my brother and his girlfriend didn't want to read the labels very much. The only box left they'd be in is with all my to-be-cleaned toys.
So he just moved, and he's still like in the process of getting his ponies all out, working out the shelving and stuff for them.
Yeah, my ponies are all in a box, and I don't know where all of them are. I know where all my small ones are, but I have a lot of big ponies.
You'll find them.
Big G4 ponies, and then the show stable. I don't know where they are, and I'm hoping they're in my last big box. If not, I'm gonna be kind of upset.
You'll find them.
Because I really want my talking Celestia back.
Oh, I have her. She's a delight. No one should go without that.
I know. She's like a really nice G4 toy.
I think we talked about her a little bit in episode 1. You talked a bit about your talking Celestia toy.
She's really nice. She's got a surprising amount of phrases. Her hair is nice. She's very pretty.
I really want the talking Nightmare Moon toy that they made.
I have the talking Celestia and then also the talking Cadence that's in the same like mold.
Yeah, me too. I have both of those. I want the talking Nightmare Moon. And I feel like I'm hallucinating, but is there a talking Chrysalis, or am I just crazy?
I know there's a lot of fakey.
Okay, so the thing is I didn't even know there was talking Nightmare Moon, so I can't give you any information on that.
You need to read up on these things. This is what's important. Oh my god, there is.
Sorry.
Is there?
There's a talking Chrysalis, and she's wearing socks.
All I know about electronic G4 toys, other than the talking Celestia and Cadence that I have, is there's an animatronic Twilight Sparkle that I need.
I know someone I know has her, and she's amazing.
I would be
Anyway,
fascinated.
Casey, if you want a
I-
birthday present, do Twilight. Twilight. Birthday.
Oh no, I'd be too.
Anyway, who said that? Whoa.
I'd be too tempted to keep it. Sorry.
Excuse me.
There's Talking Nightmare
You
Moon,
know
and there's
how
Talking.
long I sat with Creamsicle the giraffe on my desk, staring at her every day, and I still gave her to you.
Because I'm so special.
She was here on this desk.
Thank you for my birthday present, Ponies.
I can't believe that my own boyfriend can't get me ponies because he's so mean and selfish.
I'm an oldest child. What did you expect?
Evil man.
I don't
And
know how
I'm
to
a
share.
youngest child who had everything given to me. And
I would be fascinated to hear what kind of phrases come out of Queen Chrysalis's mouth.
She's wearing socks. She's part of the Pony Mania line.
Oh, that one talks?
That makes sense.
That one talks?
Yeah.
I've seen that one, but I didn't know it.
Yes.
I didn't think it talked.
She doesn't have a cutie mark, so she just has like a pimple on her butt that you can press.
Cool.
And she has the same mold as the other ones. So she has like normal pony wings.
So weird. I didn't know this existed. Why didn't no one tell me till now? Why does no one tell me things?
Have you not seen the Pony Mania set?
I've seen Pony Mania, but only the main ones.
They can't put holes on her horn like she has in the show, so she just has like white sticker dots on her horn.
Good. Not only have they just made reproductions of the original ponies, but they have made like more original. Some of them are remixes of old ponies. Like they had a collaboration with the show Stranger Things to make a Stranger Things themed Applejack, and she's actually kind of cool because she has this like black hair. And was like upside down in the packaging, and she's blue. It's like it's like
I
inverse
have her.
colors.
She's blue and her apples are upside down. She's pretty cool.
I have her. Is she like rare now or something? Do people pay a lot for her?
I don't know. I
No
have
clue.
never seen her before in real life.
I have her. She's never been freed from her box.
Ooh.
Let her out.
No, the box is so cool.
It is kind of cool that she's upside down in the box.
It is.
Yeah, she'll always be there.
She's stuck in the upside down forever. Let her out. Fuck.
Real. They also made in 2019. It's called the SDCC Majesty, and it was exclusively at the San Diego Comic-Con, and you could only get it by going to the booth. And it's just Majesty, but she has her cutie mark like over her entire body. It kind of looks crazy, but I'm sure she's expensive as fuck now just because she was a con exclusive.
Yeah, event only ponies tend to be really rare and expensive.
Yeah, and the other like remix of other old pony, I thought this one was rather cool. So in Generation 1, sometimes with the baby ponies, they made like pearlized versions that you could only get via mail order. And so they made
I have one, yeah.
They made a pearlized version of Blossom and Cotton Candy, which was cool because they had never done that with adult ponies, to my knowledge. And
they come in the little like stable shaped box, right?
Yes, and they come with a little Gusty
I've seen
figure.
that.
It's very cute.
Absolutely.
See, I like it when Basic Fun does like original cool stuff like that. And they also famously, for the 40th anniversary, they made ponies that had prototype designs drawn in Generation 1, but they were never produced by Hasbro back then. And so the fans, they found these designs. They're called the Celestial Ponies, and they're like magical space ponies with swirls on them and like space decorations on their head. And fans liked them so much that they campaigned for the ponies to be made real with like a letter campaign to Basic Fun. And Basic Fun actually made them. I have an entire video detailing the history of the Celestial Ponies and unboxing them, so we don't have to go all history mode on you. That's the brief summary of what happened. But those are really cool because they're all based off of the original prototype G1 art, and they each have like unique swirls painted on them, and when I say unique, I mean literally every single pony is different from the next pony. It's like a marbling effect. But the negative is that the paint stripes they didn't apply the same finish that they did to the overall body color. So I've heard people say those stripes can be scraped off if you put too much. If you play rough with your ponies, it can scrape off, which is kind of a negative. But they're still pretty cool designs. They even have some variants. Like when they came out, I bought all 4, but then halfway through production, they changed the way that they were making Polaris and Nova. Nova in the original art had pink stripes on her, and when they first started producing her, they gave her white stripes. And so halfway through, they changed it to pink stripes to be more accurate. And Polaris, they just darkened her body color because originally her stripes and her body color were a very similar shade, so it was a little hard to see. And so I think those earlier variants are going to end up being the rarer versions just because they were produced, and then all the ones produced after that point were of the other variant. But I don't have... I have the earlier variants. I don't have the pink stripe Nova or the darker body Polaris, but I would love them. I think those ponies are really cool that they made something that didn't exist in G1, but fans had asked for it. I enjoy when Basic Fun does new things, and I enjoy when they listen to fans. Also, I'm not sure if this is Basic Fun or just a Hasbro. I think this is a Basic Fun. But they have made a few Generation 3 reproductions. They made them of Applejack, Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, and Rainbow Dash because they were in Generation 4. I don't see people talk about those as often, which is interesting. But they look pretty similar to the G3 ponies. I don't own any of them, so I can't make any further comments.
I got the Applejack from a Target. Like, geez, when did those come out? Like 2018? But I got her and I was so happy. I will say, though, that the comparison between Basic Fun G1s and Basic Fun G3s compared to their original production, it's way more similar. So I'm way more happy with having that reproduction Applejack as like a replacement for a real Applejack. I think she's really nice. I do think it's funny they only made the versions of the G4 ponies that got turned into G4 ponies. So I never saw the Fluttershy, the reproduction Fluttershy. But I have a real Fluttershy now, so I'm satisfied.
Basic Fun has also made plushes of G1 ponies. They've made Moondancer, Glory, Firefly, and they also made Applejack, Medley, and Twilight, but those are only in the UK or Canada, which is homophobic.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have those.
And it's also cool because some of those ponies didn't have original plushes.
I wish they would make reproductions of more non-pony merch, like the plushes. Not non-pony, as in non-toy merch.
Yeah, but,
like the plushes.
Things like
because
the plushes, things like my watch, my vintage pony watch that I have, stuff like that.
I would murder someone to get my hands on the Starcatcher backpack they made.
Yeah.
I would do anything. I'm sure it holds like 1 penny, but I would do anything for it.
I would love the G1 pajama cases, but they're shaped like ponies, and it's like a pony plush, but they have zippers on their backs so that they had pajamas inside of.
Oh my god, that's so cute. That's so vintagey. Even like that's like 50s type stuff.
And in case anyone is interested, on my website, charmsponies.neocities.org, on the blog section, if you go to the sewing patterns page, someone reverse engineered one of those plushes and posted a sewing pattern of it by like tracing the pattern from the actual vintage toy. So that's there if you want it. Plug my website. And Basic Fun has also made little minifigures. Little figures of the ponies, and they have like molded manes, but they have like actual hair tails. Primarily, this was also for the 40th anniversary. They're called the Rescue from Midnight Castle figures, and it's all the characters from the cartoon. And the box has this really pretty art drawn on it. And I think that is a pretty good overview over all of Basic Fun's current pony merch. So we might move in to the pony news section. because we got some
Oh boy.
we got some pony news related to new Basic Fun ponies. First, it was announced that they are making a second Stranger Things pony called the Rockin' Robin pony, who will have a charming bird symbol on her flank and a headphone-style comb. We'll get more into this. I'll show several images that have come out about this. I don't know anything about Stranger Things. I watched it like the first season when it came out, and I forgot everything that happened in it. So
I have never seen it, so all of my knowledge is extremely limited.
I saw when you said that pony in the chat, I have no clue what that pony is based off of. Like, because I've seen all of Stranger Things. It has been about a year since I last watched it. But there is a character named Robin, but she doesn't look like that pony. And didn't you say it was based off of what, like a radio station or something like that?
we'll get into
Like, what?
we'll get into it. Basically, the pony has an accessory with a bandana that has the radio station name on it in the show. It's called WSQX.
Yeah, I don't remember that being in the show. So it might be something to do with the new season that's coming out.
Yeah.
Or I'm just misremembering.
Apparently, this will relate to something you said, but there is a character in the Stranger Things show who is a fan of G1 My Little Pony. She's like like when they play D&D, she's like, my character is named Applejack, and she like has My Little Pony merch. There is a scene in the show where she has a backpack with like the princess ponies with the eyelashes on them, and they made Basic Fun made a Stranger Things backpack that's just the pony backpack with the princess ponies on it. Did you guys know about that? I didn't know about that till like yesterday.
No.
Hold on.
No.
That's cool.
Let me find the image of it and I'll send it. It's a really cute backpack.
Sorry.
And the character like has like posters of My Little Pony in her room, but they didn't make a pony of her and they made a pony out of a different character? Why? Hello?
To be mean to her specifically.
I want to be a pony. No. I love you, My Little
I wanna
Pony.
be a pony. Oh yeah, too bad. This kid's being a pony. Better luck next time.
I love you, My Little Pony. We don't love you back. Like, that's a prop from the show, and then they made it into a real product that you could buy.
That's really cute.
I would not have been able to tell it was Stranger Things, I'll tell you that. I guess the inside of the bag.
The inside's real strange.
Yeah, the inside has this, like,
I will say the castle in the background is really giving me MS Paint vibes.
Good.
Yeah, the inside has this, like, geometric, like, blue lines in it, and I think the tag says Netflix, but I don't know. Here's that con pony that I was talking about, by the way. She has no eyes.
I saw her.
She has no eyeballs.
Kind of freaky.
Maybe
I love Majesty.
Maybe she's the Stranger Things pony. Her eyes are gone.
No.
She has no pupils.
That's not Stranger Things. I've always wanted a Majesty. That's one of all my lists for ponies I want.
My Majesty has a terribly discolored head in comparison to her body.
That's okay.
It's like extremely yellowed. I could fix it if I tried, but I haven't. It kind of reminds me of when the very first pony I sun faded was a Gusty, and she had like highlighter on her leg. So I left her in the sun.
Yeah.
She brightened up beautifully, but I didn't think to. I'm stupid. I was like, oh, she doesn't have highlighter on her head, so I'll just fade the body. And now her body is discolored when in comparison to her head. It's why am I stupid?
You just have to expertly fade the body now. Like, put it out and check on it every like 5 to 10 minutes.
That's what I do when I sun fade. I'm very precarious about it. Comb and brush her beautiful hair. My little pony, tie a ribbon to show how much I care. Where we wander, hither and yonder, letting your heart be your guide. My little pony, I'll be there, right by your side. Dubstep.
Did they ever sing the fucked up version of the My Little Pony theme when you were like in elementary school. It was like My Little Pony, skinny and bony and stuff like that.
I think I was too old for that.
Oh, they used to sing it. I used to be okay with it, but now I get so mad, so angry.
When I was a kid, the thing they would sing was, I hate you, you hate me. It was like an evil version of the Barney song where they
I think I remember that.
they end up killing Barney or something.
I don't know. All like creepypastas and scary stories about like thing that kids like that turns evil is like all the same.
Well,
I think the best to ever do it.
It was primarily spread amongst 5-year-olds. Hold on. We're gonna do a dubstep remix of the My Little Pony theme. My Little Pony, a boom boom, a da 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 pony pony, a da 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 da. You know me, the fighting freak majesty, and we're at Dream Castle. You ready? I ain't gonna let it get to me. I'm just gonna creep down at Dream Castle. I'ma find my lost piece.
Is this a Sonic thing?
No. No. Do do do. So during the UK Toy Fair this year, Basic Fun had a display showing off new My Little Pony dolls. And the clearest image we have of this was posted by a user called Collected by Corey Miles on Instagram. They're not a pony person, so I don't think so. They didn't like share. They're just like, oh wow, My Little Pony. Anyways, and I'm like, please, we need details. We need close-up pictures of their flanks. So Basic Fun revealed these ponies at the toy show. It showed the booth had 5 new ponies, and they all have this like really cool rainbow crimped hair, which is cool because that's not a hair texture we've seen on Basic Fun ponies before. And a lot of collectors were suspecting that it's rehair versions of old ponies. Specifically, this is what collectors were saying. They were saying it was Starshine, Moonstone, Sky Dancer, Firefly, and a new pony. Now, some of them I see it. Some of them I think that looks like Moonstone with rainbow hair, and I think that looks kind of like Firefly. But I don't see the other ones. Like that's not the American pose for Starshine, and that pony on the right looks like a completely new pony. And so it's entirely possible that these are entirely new ponies, or maybe it's a mix. Maybe some are rehairs, but some are new designs. And also people were wondering if the pony on the right was the Stranger Things pony because it has the bandana with the WSQX on it.
Yeah, I'm hoping that these ponies are new ponies because I think that Basic Fun has a very valuable opportunity, like with the Celestial ponies, to do brand new things, which I think is a good move for them because there are people who are 100% G1 collectors. And after you've hit like a certain amount of G1s, you want to have new things. So I think it'd be exciting if they really took it further, like new ponies with crimped hair, or like the Celestial ponies with the new body markings and the little forehead piece. Yeah. I just want them to do new gimmicks and new ponies and new styles, and I think that would be good for everyone. It'd be good for them, it'd be good for collectors, and it would be good for just kids who want to see new ponies.
I am really excited about the ponies, but I'm also really excited about their boxes and if those boxes in the image are theirs, because I kind of really need those boxes, especially the rainbow zebra one. Those are really cool boxes.
It's interesting because I feel like on all the pony forums I'm in, people are like, oh, that's Starshine. Oh, that's Firefly. And I'm like, I can't say for certain, guys. Like,
I don't think so. Yeah, the thing is for me it's hard to tell with Starshine because she's a white pony. That isn't Firefly's color.
True.
Is my thing of that isn't Firefly's color. She doesn't. She's more of a softer pink in my experience from what I've seen. I have baby Firefly who I think is similar colors to her mom, as far as I'm aware, and they don't feel like that dark of a pink. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna be like rehairs, but I'm completely willing to be wrong. I think they look too off.
I just find it interesting
To
that
be
no one on the forums that I've
be
been
rehearsed.
reading has even brought up the possibility that they could be all new characters. I'm so confused why people are just assuming that they're all rehairs.
I don't know. Especially with that blue one there, she doesn't look like any pony we know.
The blue one reminds me of Moonstone.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. I think it could be either way.
Yeah, the photo
I
is
kind
too
of
grainy.
really want it to be new.
The photo is too grainy for us to see the details, so only God knows.
Yeah, I hope they're all new because that would be really nice. I like having new ponies.
So after this image of the booth of the 5 ponies revealed started coming out and people online started talking about it, someone else online posted a video. I'm sorry, I do not have the original link right now, so I don't remember who posted this. Oopsies. If I'm smart, I'll add a note on screen about it when I'm editing.
Time to go to jail because you can't credit the poster.
I know, I'm so sorry. So someone posted a video of a bunch of toys that were coming out with like grainy screenshots of like product descriptions. And this image came out and it shows, I'll just read it out loud. It shows an image of a pony who notably looks completely different from all of the ponies that were on display at the stand. She has completely different pose, completely different hair colors. It looks like she's a white pony wearing some kind of blue outfit and leg warmers and red and black hair. By the way, I forgot to mention.
I recognize the box.
I forgot to mention out loud that the other ponies had leg warmers on, very like retro. But I'll read this out loud. It says, "Stranger Things Rockin' Robin Pony," and the text is too blurry for me to read it, but it's kind of the same description. It talks about how she's part of the Sister Ponies group, so maybe that's what this is. Maybe it's a sister pony group of like, I don't know, rockin' ponies. This one is specifically the Stranger Things pony, and I think she has the bandana with WSQK, and it says launch date late 2025, price about £13. So I have no idea what's going on. I don't know if the ponies on the booth are, because people were wondering if the pony on the right most of the booth was the Rockin' Robin pony, or if this is it, or if one of them is a prototype of the other, or we don't know. So I'm just throwing all this out there so you guys can speculate. Have fun. Yeah, it notably just looks very different from the pony and the pony fair, so that suggests that they could be entirely separate pony, and the new toy fair reveals are in fact a completely new, unique set. And I think that will conclude the pony news time. So I want to do some more reflections on Basic Fun as a brand. Overall, I think there are a lot of positives to what Basic Fun is doing with the brand, because they're making G1 ponies more accessible to people, bringing back the old vintage toys that are no longer sold, and that's good for general fans. It's good for introducing My Little Pony to new fans, and it's good for customizers who don't want to hurt vintage ponies. Now they have access to like ponies in the same pose that aren't vintage, so they might feel better about customizing those. But again, a lot of people prefer the original vintage ponies still because they have a bit more like charm.
I'm just happy we have Basic Fun. It shows that that ponies are still very much liked, and companies see value in them, so we'll probably keep getting them till the end of time. I also think it's good, like you said, they're good for collectors, they're good for customizers. They have their differences from original G1s, but they're a pretty decent stand-in, and I'm glad that we now have the opportunities to get more ponies, new ponies, ponies that would be considered too expensive to buy, secondhand, things like that.
Yes. I know that, like, the community always has their complaints, and they should. Like, it's good to be critical of, like, companies, but, I know that people are a little tired of seeing the same 6 collector's ponies brought back over and over, and people just want new ponies. Whether that's reproductions that Basic Fun hasn't made before, like, I know that people... we could talk about the flutter ponies again, but I know that people, I know I've seen people talk about wanting the rest of the Twinkle-Eyed set because ponies like Mimic are extremely hard to come across, and if there was a reproduction...
It would be really, really nice to have a reproduction Mimic.
Real. That's like the one of the most popular requests I see people talking about. They wish that there was...
It would just be nice to have more ponies that are harder to get, like the rest of the Twinkle-Eyed, so we can get Mimic. Some twice as fancy. So
Big
we can
brother
get ponies like
ponies.
Night Glider or Munchie. Big brother ponies, yes. Just more sets of ponies so we can get more.
And poses that they haven't done before, because I know, again, going back to customizers, some of those poses are really hard to get your hands on. Any Big Brother pony pose is very difficult. But if Basic Fun, even if they just started making some of the more common poses, like if they started making baby ponies, it would be a tiny bit more accessible.
Make baby Applejack so I can get baby Applejack. Please.
In like 2019, Basic Fun made a comment on Facebook replying to someone saying like, we want baby ponies, and they're like, yeah, on it. But that was in 2019 and also on Facebook, so very reliable source. Or even just making completely new designs like the Celestials or these new ponies. We don't know what these new ponies' deal is, but they seem different and unique, and that's something that a lot of fans are excited for, I think. I was actually really worried when last year Basic Fun declared bankruptcy. I was very scared, like, oh no, are they gonna stop making My Little Pony shit? Like, what's happening? Are they going under as a company? But they had made a statement that was basically saying, we're not ending as a company. We intend to recoup and change some things about management and the money situation, and we want to continue producing things. And so I was worried about if that would be a thing or if bankruptcy had doomed them. But it seems like with the recent pony news, they are still trying to go forward, which is hopeful. I hope. Basic Fun, they've made some pretty solid pony reproductions, and I have optimistic but realistic hopes for the future. I want to stay positive, and I'm gonna wish for the best, but I won't be surprised if we don't get anything.
Yeah.
But no, I think we'll get at least a little something, just because they're still showing shit off at toy fairs. That's got to mean they're working on stuff. We will have...
Let's hope it's stuff that gets released.
Yes. We will have to keep an eye out for more Basic Fun news. As soon as I come across it, I will try to put it into more future Pony Podcast news episodes. So tune in, and hopefully we'll be talking more about all the Basic Fun releases as they happen. Hopefully. I want to thank everyone for listening to us today. I hope you enjoyed this discussion about Basic Fun and these exciting new ponies that have been revealed. What are your guys' thoughts on these new ponies? Do you think that they're rehairs or completely new designs? Which one looks the most interesting to you? Are you interested in buying any of these? Let us know in the comments below. And I think that'll be all from me. Goodbye!
Bye!
Bye.